Okay, I'm gonna make this real simple. Marijuana is near and dear to me in a lot of ways. Um, the medical part of it, the legality part of it, uh, and how the police and the legal system has treated it. It's been unfair, and as an American, it's sad to see good people go down because not just because of medical, even recreational. You know, we can make alcohol recreational. We got bars on every corner. We got liquor stores on every corner, but you can still get a DUI pulling out of that bar. Now, if that's legal, then why can't I get stoned in my house, eat 15 pounds of Captain Crunch, and watch cartoons of SpongeBob? I ain't hurting anybody. But here's the deal. Here in Texas, we have finally, I can't believe that it happened, but we have finally passed a law in this election to legalize medical marijuana. But what they did is you can only get a license if you have epilepsy or epileptic seizures. Okay? That was just passed, and only for epileptic seizures. Okay, so you got to go through a whole process of this. Now, let me tell you something. There's a male in your class, not naming any names, but I have people who have epileptic seizures. I have people that has Crohn's disease. I have people with multiple sclerosis. I have people that last year, God bless her, died of cancer. And I'd be doggone if marijuana didn't help every single one of them. My person with seizures, she cannot go without marijuana. If she does, it is unsafe for her and her daughter. So I'm glad that this law passed, but there's plenty of other medical reasons why we need to pass this. I just read right here, House Bill 2165. Texas is going to be the 5th state to make marijuana legal as far as recreational. Now, that's all fine and good, but if you know Texas and Texas laws, it's scandalous. It's way scandalous. Come on, baby, good. What they're going to do is you're going to have to sign up. You're going to have to go through a whole process. You're going to be on the list. They're going to know that you're a marijuana user, and you're going to be messed with. You're going to be scrutinized, and you're going to be messed with. You're going to have to find a doctor that prescribes marijuana for these medical reasons, and then you're going to be on the medical marijuana list, which means that any little mistake, any little bylaw that they want to put by, you're going to get messed with. So when they say that they're legally making marijuana legal, they're not legally making marijuana legal. Only in certain little laws that they want to pass, they're going to make marijuana legal. Let me see here. Look, in 2010, weed made up 52% of all drug arrests. No, not kingpin sales. We're talking about small amounts of drug arrests. You're okay, right? All right. Between the years 2001 and 2002, I'm sorry, 2001 and 2002, say it again, 2001 and 2010, 8.2 million people were arrested for marijuana. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you a little side thing. I've had my plenty of years. I can't smoke. Like I said, anything can be addictive. If I smoked weed, I wouldn't be in your class. I wouldn't even be able to come to your class. I wouldn't be able to study. I wouldn't be able to read. I wouldn't be able to talk this fast. I'd just be sitting here, like I said, watching SpongeBob, gaining about 20 pounds, nothing but Captain Crunch and damn cookies and cream. Anyways, like I said, Texas passed it 5-2 victory. House Bill 2165. We're going to be the 5th state, but here's the whole thing. we're not going to pass it until 2017, which means in the middle of 2017, you're going to have to go through a whole procedure to make everything legal. Okay? Now, as far as medical marijuana, right now, the law that they passed just now, along with the epilepsy, the only we're medical state that can pass laws for medical marijuana, but only if you're epileptic. They also changed it and downgraded it to where it's not. If you get arrested for marijuana, you can either get what was it? If you get arrested for marijuana, it's either a $2,000 fine or 60 days in jail. It's up to the officer. Now, what do you think that officer is going to do? Jail time. That's the way the court system is going to be able to get most money out of you. But now they made it with this upcoming thing, 2165, that it's just a $250 ticket for being arrested for marijuana, which I kind of don't understand, because if it's recreational, then why in the fuck are we getting arrested for, why is it a $250 fine if it's recreational marijuana? I understand if you're driving in your car. I understand that. I understand if you're under the influence. But at the same time, I don't know. There's got to be there's going to be so many bylaws with this making weed legal thing. It's going to take years and years to make it actually legal. And here's another discretion that I got for you. Just throw it past you. And I want you to understand this. This is a real epidemic going on in the hood everywhere. We got all these laws against marijuana. We got all this stuff against marijuana. But you can go to certain convenience stores and buy what they call Kush. I don't know if you know what Kush is, but it's pretty much a fake marijuana that all they do is take some grass and spray a certain thing on it. But Kush is an epidemic. People are buying big bags of Kush, breaking it down to little nick sacks and selling it around the hood. Now, and these have been going on for years, 5 years now. I know the same convenience store that sells Kush. Why the hell ain't they knocked that out? They've been killing people, but they got people running around like drug addicts doing crack moves for some Kush. Now, I'm pretty sure the government knows about what's going on with that. Hell, I went to a concert outside of one of these convenience stores with one of my favorite rappers trying to promote this Kush. So they got to know about this stuff. They got to be cracking down on it. They got to be doing something about it. But instead, they're going to get on. They're going to wait for you to buy it. They're going to pull you over. You're going to get a charge. And then, let me tell you how they first started doing it. Threw it out there. It was legal. What it is everybody's wanting to go buy this Kush stuff because you could pass, and this is crazy. I don't know why. You can't pass a job drug screen with it because they test for it, but people on parole, fresh out of jail, fresh out of state, they get on Kush because it's not going to show up in the system. Now, why in the fuck is the jail system not testing for Kush, but jobs are testing for Kush? That's because they want these felons to get on this drug and do more crack decisions. I ain't never seen anybody make a crack decision as far as stealing, robbing, doing shit for weed. I ain't never seen that. But Kush is getting people to do this type of stuff. And it's got people fiending. I ain't never seen anybody fiend over some weed. Ever. I've seen creativity. I've seen people lay down and have a good thought and then forget about it 5 minutes later. But I ain't never seen anybody make a crack decision over marijuana. So what I'm going to tell you is this whole recreational approval of weed, that's all fine and dandy. We're working towards a better. We're making progress in what needs to be happening, because in my opinion, and this is my opinion, all right, all drugs should be legal. All drugs should be legal. And when I say this, I know it sounds harsh and I know it sounds crazy, but this whole war on drugs that we got going on, we could use all this money that we're imprisoning good people that have nothing but problems. You know, this is a problem that all these Americans have. This is a problem. All right, this ain't nothing that should be considered like they're breaking the law. This is a health epidemic. We need to get them. We need to get them the help that they need. So instead of incarcerating them, why can't we actually help these people out instead of arresting them, taking away their families, taking away their jobs, all because they have an addiction? I guarantee you half the people in America have an addiction to something. If fucking I got arrested for drinking too much coffee, it's the same as all these other things. Bad example. Anyways, all drugs should be legal. We should be concentrating more on teaching, helping out, rehabbing. Don't send these people to prison to ruin their lives over a drug. Over a drug. We're going to do it anyways. We're going to get high. As Americans, we're going to get high. Whether it's legal or not, we're going to get high. And I'm going to tell you what. Check this out. Here's the states that California, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada, Arizona, and now, well, I guess us now. It's going to be recreational. Arkansas, Florida, Montana, Michigan, Missouri, Oklahoma, Colorado. They're all going to be doing it for medical. Let me ask you this. Why in the hell does Montana, Michigan, Missouri, Colorado, why in the hell are they legalizing it? Do they really have a problem with it? Do you know where most of our weed comes from? Mexico. So for these people to be legalizing it and only putting certain restrictions on it as far as medical marijuana, we're still having a problem. It invites more problems and it creates more of people in our judicial system over marijuana, all because we're making laws that are fooling people into it being legal. So if you're going to legalize it, you need to fully legalize it. You don't need to legalize part of it and put stipulations on other parts of it, because all it's doing is confusing people. Just like the Kush thing, when they came out with Kush, it was totally legal. You could go to it, you can get pulled over with it, nothing. A month later, they change the laws, you go down for a felony for it. A month later, they change the laws again. You go down for something else. You go get Kush again, 3 months later, change the laws. They know about it. The government knows about it. They got to know about it because they're changing the laws on it and they're allowing these convenience stores to continue to sell it. And if they don't know what it's doing to people by now, they better damn well know, because it's a damn epidemic out here in these streets. And if you think weed is an epidemic, it's been going on forever. And if you would rather have alcohol than weed, you're a damn fool. I would rather see a stoner outside right now than somebody drunk acting a damn fool, because I will slap the shit out of somebody drunk rather than somebody stoned talking about their favorite cartoon. So, what else can I go with? It's gonna happen. We're doing good. We're moving up. Let me go and throw this by you too. Just for legal weed, just these little bit of states that we got, it's gonna be next year. They're saying we're gonna have a $3 billion profit just off the taxes we get from legal weed. Okay, you know how big of an industry that is? If just the taxes alone from weed will take care of how much we spend on each person going to jail for weed. So instead of ruining these people's lives, let's let them smoke. It's senseless. It's senseless. And what's going to happen is, and this is what's going to happen, because I've been predicting this for years, if they legalize weed, they're not gonna legalize it unless the country can get their hands on that money. Okay, so this taxing, that's one thing. They're gonna tax the shit out of it, but at the same time, what they're gonna do is they're gonna regulate it, which means there's only gonna be a certain amount of THC. It's not gonna be like this stuff that you get that every Christmas is different. You're gonna get a bag. You're gonna have a ingredient label, a THC label, and it's gonna be regulated, just like your rice that you buy on Aisle 8, something like that. But it's not gonna be like it used to be. And what they're gonna do is, if you don't buy our weed, the American weed, the stuff that we got in our own bag, and the stuff that we regulated, and the stuff that we put through, you're gonna be going to jail for growing your own. So unless they change them laws, you're gonna be stuck with what they give you. And it may not be the same, and it may not help the same, but doggone it, at least it does. Now, you speaking to somebody that had 3 back surgeries. Like I said, I can't smoke weed. Trust me, I can't smoke weed. If I smoked weed, I wouldn't get shit done. So, but I'm a perfect candidate for it. If I lived in California right now, the VA would give me a card and prescribe me weed, which I should be prescribed weed. Because guess what? Out of 3 back surgeries, I guarantee you I'm going to die about 10 years earlier than I should because of all the medications that I consumed. But if I could just smoke weed and be prescribed weed, I may not get as much done, but I'd be damned if I'd be a lot more healthier. Now, I may not be able to talk as fast and I may be a little bit slower, but at the same time, they really need to think about the medical part of this, because that's another thing that's fighting this weed legalization is all these damn medications that they got out here that's for people like me with chronic pain. Now, the same way that they changed it, they outlawed, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, they outlawed Lortab. They outlawed Lorcet. They outlawed Norco. Do you know why? Because it's killing motherfuckers out here. People that's been prescribed it, such as me, over years and years and years, are fucking dying because of this stuff. Now they're prescribing Tramadol. Tramadol used to be passed out like a damn candy for years. My doctor used to prescribe me Tramadol, and the VA used to just send me Tramadol like it was cool, like it was candy. Now, they come back a year later, no Norco, no Lortab, no Lorcet. Now Tramadol is what's it called? It is it's a fucking drug. You know what I'm saying? If you get caught with it, it's like you get caught with a drug. And I'm like, man, this is the stuff I've been prescribed and given to like candy. This is like an aspirin almost. But now this is the only thing you can get out here because that shit that they was prescribing was killing folks. But they've been knowing about the science that comes along with this. They've been knowing about the help that marijuana does for these people, and they ain't done shit about it until now. Now they're not doing this because of the medical part of it. They're doing this because of the money part of it. You know how much money that this damn legalization is going to make this country, not just from the sale of the smoking of it. Hell, if we started making hemp, we could do a lot of things. You know how much hemp does? Hemp makes paper. Hemp does a lot of shit. We could save this country just by legalizing weed, but we got conservatives, or we got people with the shit up their ass that don't do a damn thing and have no clue about what's going on in these streets, that are making these laws that are hurting folks like me, that are hurting folks that want to instead of drink. I don't want to drink. I don't drink. I'd rather sit in my house, get stoned, and watch a cartoon with my kid. But instead, it's legal for me to go take this journey down the street a mile away in Dayton, Texas, and, drink a couple beers legally, but let me get on that road and it's illegal. So lawmakers, y'all need to not just think about this money. Y'all need to think about helping folks out and really helping folks out. Don't just be making these laws that are there that got certain stipulations that's going to take good people down, because you've been taking good people down for way, 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 way too long. And it's sad to see, and people that got people that ain't got that much money, and people that are out here y'all are constantly hurting. And when you give somebody a possession charge, it stays with them for the rest of their life. You don't give somebody a possession charge for getting a 6-pack of beer, do you? No. You give somebody a possession charge for smoking a doobie, though, don't you? And that sticks with them for the rest of their life. That means they can't get that job. That means they can't do a lot of things. I can't get people can't get food stamps. People can't get housing, all because they got a possession charge on a doobie. But we can go get a 6-pack and party up, dude. So, I guess in retrospect, let me see if I missed anything. Doggone, got me aggravated on this. It is good. $250 if we get stopped. You get pulled over right now. This ain't gonna happen until the mid 2017. $250 fine instead of jail time, which needs to happen. That's beautiful. I'm so glad you've caught up with the times. This shit's been going on forever. But you got all these people in jail. You got my people in jail right now. You got good ass folks in jail over marijuana. Can we can I pay their $250 fine and let my family come home? Please allow that. Please allow that. Please listen to this. Okay, let me see what else. Oh, I don't care. It don't really matter. Make it legal, make it help people, and do it the right way, and quit taking down good people that are honest and doing good things with the earth. Jeff out.